Slacky for that, sorry. That's slacky. I left off at Isaiah 33 and 66. Wisdom and the fear of Yahawah shall be what guides you in these last days. Isaiah 33 and 66. Chapter 33 and 6. Isaiah chapter 33 and 6. Slacky for it. And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, and strength of salvation. The fear of Yahawah is his treasure. The fear of Yahawah is his treasure. So to have fear is to have a very, very important thing that Yahawah bahashem Yahawashi cherishes. And that's not fear of the world, that's fear of Yahawah bahashem Yahawashi. With Yahawah bahashem Yahawashi, you will not fear nothing of the world. But who you do have to fear is Yahawah in the name of yahawashi. So Isaiah 33 and 6 again. And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, and strength of thy salvation. The fear of Yahawah is his treasure. Sirach, Ecclesiasticus 24. Ecclesiastes 24 and 18. I am the mother of fair love, and fear and knowledge. Here again. I am the mother of fair love. This is wisdom speaking. I am the mother of fair love, and fear and knowledge, and the holy hope. I therefore, being eternal, am giving to all my children which are named of him. That's a deep word verse right there. I am the mother of fair love and fear and knowledge. Fear of knowledge is the beginning of wisdom and the beginning of knowledge. And holy hope. What's holy hope? The faith. Faith. Holy hope is faith. Believing in Yahawah bahashem Yahawashi. I therefore, being eternal, am giving to all my children which are named of Yahawah. That's why it's important also to know his name, to know Yahawah in the name of yahawashi. Yahawah bahashem Yahawashi. Like it, man. I got so many prayers on here. But just getting it to show you something. Okay. If you can see that. If you can, well, I don't know if you can see that. Yahawah, and then bahashem. Let's rock a thumb. Call all Yahawah bahashem Yahawashi. I don't think you can see it. Well, that might be one thing too. Show y'all some prayers that's written in English into the Hebrew, where I did also. Sirach 24 and 18 again. I am the mother of fair love and fear and knowledge and holy hope. I therefore, being eternal, am given to all my children, which are named of him. Job 33. Job chapter 33 and verse 4. Chapter 33, verse 4. The Spirit of Yahawah has made me, and the breath of the mighty has given me life. Slacking for that. The Spirit of Yahawah has made me, and the breath of the mighty has given me life. What is the breath? It's wisdom. But I'm going to show you also. Job 32 and 8. I'm going to go along with me. Job 32. 33. Yeah, Job 32 and 8. But there is a spirit in man, and the inspiration of the Almighty giveth them understanding. But there is a spirit in man, and the inspiration of the Almighty giveth them understanding. Proverbs 4 and 5. Get wisdom, get understanding. Slacking for that. Again, Proverbs 4 and 5. Get wisdom, get understanding. I'm going to go back. Job 32 and 8. Where it said get wisdom and get understanding? There's Job 32, 8. But there is a spirit in man, and the inspiration of the mighty giveth them understanding. Get wisdom, get understanding. Forget it not, neither decline from the words of my mouth. And the words of Yahweh's mouth is the words of this book right here. And the words of the Apocrypha right here. Proverbs 1 and 1. The Proverbs of Solomon, the son of David, king of Israel. Second Chronicles chapter 7, verses 11 through, I'm starting verse 11. Second Chronicles chapter 7, verse 11. And we just left off of Proverbs 1 and 1. The Proverbs of Solomon, the son of David, the king of Israel. Second Chronicles 7 11. Thus Solomon finished the house of Yahawah, and the king's house, and all that came into Solomon. Flock you for that. This ain't the one I'm thinking I'm looking for. Hey. It was put by the one. Which shall make towards the place of here. That's why I messed up at. Slack for that. 2 Chronicles chapter 1. Okay, 2 Chronicles chapter 1. Verses. And I start at verse 7. Yeah, slack for that. In the night did Yahweh appear unto Solomon and said unto him, ask what I shall give thee. And Solomon said unto Yahweh, thou hast shewed great mercy unto David my father, and hast made me to reign in his stead. Now, O Yahweh, God, let thou promise unto David my father be established. For thou hast made me king over people like the dust of the earth in multitude. Give me now, then. This is what Solomon asked for. He's a king. This is why Solomon did good too, and Yahweh liked Solomon. More, it's even more than that too, but just pointing out one of the things. One of the main things, he could have asked Yahweh for everything. Anything. Look at what he asked for. Give now, okay, I'm going to start back in 9. Now, O Lord, Yahweh, let thy promise unto David my father be established. For thou hast made me king over a people like the dust of the earth in multitude. Give me now wisdom and knowledge, that I may go out and come in before this people. For who can judge this people that is so great? And Yahweh said to Solomon, because this was in thine heart, and thou hast not asked riches, wealth, or honor, nor thy life of thine enemies, neither yet hast asked long life, but hast asked wisdom and knowledge for thyself, that thou mayest judge my people over whom I have made thee king. Wisdom and knowledge granted unto thee, and I will give thee riches and wealth and honor, such as none of the kings have had that have been before thee, neither shall there any after thee have the like. That's even deeper at the end. But out of all the things Solomon could ask for, he asked for wisdom and knowledge. Those are what he asked for. Wisdom and knowledge. Think about that. Out of two things you ask, out of the only thing you ask for is wisdom, and just because he asked for that, look what Yahweh blessed him with. Riches. Everything he could ask for, Yahweh blessed him. Because he asked for wisdom and knowledge. With wisdom and knowledge, even with Yahweh would have just gave him wisdom and knowledge and not riches, with that wisdom and knowledge, he still could have prospered very well. I mean, wisdom and knowledge was gains everything. That's why, again, wisdom and the fear of Yahweh bahashem yahawashi will be what guides you in these last days. Wisdom of Solomon 7. Wisdom of Solomon chapter 7, 24 through 25. For wisdom is more moving than any motion. She passes and goes through all things by reason of her pureness. For she is the breath of, remember I said was the breath of life, or was the breath of Yahweh? For she is the breath of the power of Yahweh, and a pure influence flowing from the glory of the mighty. Therefore can no defiled thing fall into her. Wisdom of Solomon 9:9. And wisdom was with thee, which knowest thy works, and was present when thou madest the world, and knew what was acceptable in the sight, and right in thy commandments. O send her out of thy holy heavens, and from the throne of thy glory, that being present she may labor with me, that I may know what is the pleasing unto thee. What is pleasing unto wisdom? What is pleasing unto wisdom is what pleases Yahweh bahashem yahawashi. Getting knowledge and wisdom, he said, what? That I may know what is pleasing unto thee. What is pleasing unto Yahweh bahashem yahawashi. The fear of Yahweh is the beginning of wisdom and knowledge. Wisdom and knowledge may know that is pleasing unto Yahweh. Allows you to know what is pleasing unto Yahweh. Following laws, statutes, and commandments also helps you with wisdom and knowledge. Helps you to even understand what wisdom and knowledge is showing you. Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 1, verse 4. For into a malicious soul wisdom shall not enter, nor dwell in the body that is subject unto sin. Again, what I said before, I just want to get proof on this, as they say, also with that, if you're following a teacher, a person that's teaching, a lot of times people will paraphrase something, but a lot of times if you're watching somebody, it's nice when they do go and go to the scripture to also show you and basically break it down to you what they're saying. Now, chapter 1, Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 1, verse 4. For into a malicious soul wisdom shall not enter, nor dwell in the body that is subject unto sin. Whosoever committeth, 1 John 1, 3, chapter 3 and 4. Whosoever committeth whosoever committeth sin transgresses also the law, for sin is the transgression of the law. So again, this is why you need to get the understanding of the laws, the statutes, commandments, because you could be sinning by cutting your beard. You could be sinning by still getting tattooed. You could be sinning by eating pork, lobster, shrimp, all these other extra foods out here that has, if you look up and research, there is pork almost in everything we use. Almost in everything we use. So you have to really get down diligently and research. That's another lesson. Being diligently in what you're doing. Hebrews 6:10. Yahweh is not unrighteous to forget your works, labor of love, which ye have showed towards his name, and that ye have ministered to the saints and to the minister. And we desire that every one of you do show the same diligence to the full assurance of hope unto the end. Now, Yahweh is not unrighteous to forget your works. That's why when you get into this and get to learning, you gotta learn what you're reading and doing it. Because he said again, Hebrews 6:10, Yahweh is not unrighteous to forget your works in labor of love. And labor of love is doing what he asking you to do. That's going on the highways and byways. This even if that's not highways and byways, making lessons. If you haven't even got that deep, searching for him, reading on him, learning about him, getting the understanding of him is loving him. Following the laws and commandments is loving him. If you don't even feel like you're ready to go out there, if you just out there helping the people or encouraging a person to go out there, then do it. Or just having the person say, hey, check out GMS or Sakari. You know, them people I'll check out. You know, I'll watch. But check out, guiding them to people to watch, guiding them, you reading, you're understanding, you're learning the truth and true doctrine of the Bible. Following laws, statutes, and commandments. For Yahweh is not unrighteous to forget your works and labor of love, which ye have showed towards his name, and that towards his name, knowing his name too. Can't keep saying Jesus Christ. You have to know yahawashi, Himashiach, and Yahweh, which is Yahweh is the God, and yahawashi is his son. Slack it for that. Towards his name, and that ye minister to the saints, because the saints are the Israelites. Remember that, saints, and do minister. And we desire that every one of you show the same diligence to the full assurance of hope unto the end. In the end times, wisdom and the fear of Yahawah, bahashem, is what's going to guide you. Because the fear and wisdom adds on every other attribute. Fear of Yahawah, bahashem, itself is going to add on everything else. Again, where I started at, which was chapter 1, Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 1, verse 4. For it is a malicious soul, wisdom shall not enter, nor dwell in the body that is subject unto sin. 1 John 3 and 4. Whosoever committeth sin transgresses also the law, for sin is the transgression of the law. So, again, get into this. Figure out what you're doing that is sinful. Try not to do it. Don't do it. Ain't no try not to do it. Don't do it. But you have to learn that. So, wisdom in the fear of Yahawah bahashem will even come upon you. The knowledge will even sink into you. And if you're not doing that, you're probably not even going to get the understanding. You're probably going to still think one of the easiest ones in learning, well, I thought it was pretty easy, John 3:16. You probably still going to think that means the whole entire world. You know. Or you probably still going to think Yahawashi came for everybody. You know. That's why you got to do the laws, statutes, commandments. That's why you got to do the fear of Yahawah. You got everything. But if you truly are searching for it and doing what he whosoever 1 John 5 and 1 to 2. Whosoever believeth that Yahawashi is The Masha, matter of fact, I'm saying your word. Whosoever believes that Jesus is the Christ is born of God, and everyone that loveth him that begats loveth him also that is begotten of him. By this we know that we love the children of Yahawah when we love Yahawah and keep his commandments. This is how we know we love Yahawashi. For this is the love of Yahawah, that we keep his commandments, and his commandments are not grievous. So, again, there goes, like I said again, what I read, sin, wisdom won't even sup with you if you still have sin on you. Whereas the sin, the transgression of the law. If you truly love Yahweh Hashem Yahawashi, he said keep his laws and commandments. Job 33 and 6. Or Job 33, 3, chapter, no, slacky for that. Job chapter 33, verse 3. Back down 6. My words shall be of the uprightness of my heart, and my lips shall utter knowledge clearly. The Spirit of Yahawah has made me, and the breath of the Almighty have given me life. The breath of Almighty have given me life. That also go into another thing, because when he put the breath in Adam's body, he gave him life. He awoke him up from that down state and gave him knowledge, wisdom, law, statutes, commandments. A lot of us, we were dead. We was dead bodies walking. There's dead bodies spiritually dead bodies walking around, not knowing who they are, still thinking they're African Americans, still thinking they're black, Latinos, Native Americans. They're spiritually dead. But to be awoken from that is to have the breath of life blown into you. The breath of life is the words of Yahweh Hashem Yahawashi. This is the breath of life. And again, why I say you have to renew, you have to start over again in the learning of this. You know, why I said earlier, to really gain the knowledge of this. Which was Hebrews 5 and 12. For the time ye ought to be teachers, ye have need that one teach you again, which be the first principles of the oracles of Yahawah, and are become such as have need of milk and not of strong meat. So remember that, and coming back into this, you gotta get that. When you get that breath of life blown back into you, you need the correct teachers, correct understanding, and people to help you. You can't do it by it. I've heard people sit there and say, well, Yahweh Hashem Yahawashi is teaching me. Which not saying he won't guide you to correct teachers to let you understand. You know what I'm saying? Not saying that cannot happen. You know what I'm saying? But what I'm saying is, don't think you can always do things by yourself. You know, humble yourself. You know, and you truly humble yourself and you truly pray and mean it from the heart, he'll guide you to the right person. He'll guide you to correct people. Believe me, man, shoot, I was being guided and didn't even realize it. I was being guided and didn't even realize it. Now, I look back and I'm like, man, you know, and looking at, when you come across a lot of Hebrew Israelites that's actually teaching the correct, I'm not saying correct, the incorrect doctrine, you be like, man, you know, and I thank Yahweh Hashem Yahawashi for that. I thank him for that. That what allows me at times to actually watch some other people that have some correct knowledge, but not all correct. And you can't do that all the time either, because you don't want to get misunderstood or lost in something. So you need to find your correct people and stick with them. Don't be thrown course to course and side to side. You know what I'm saying? Some people can do that. Some people can't do that. You know what I'm saying? 33, Job chapter 33, verse 3. My words shall be of the uprightness of my heart, and my lips shall utter knowledge clearly. The Spirit of Yahawah hath made me, and the breath of the mighty hath given me life. If thou canst answer me, set thy word in order before me. Stand up, behold, I am according to thy wish. In Yahweh's stead I also am formed out of the clay. Again, like I said, when Adam was born and brought up, which really taking out of dirt means a different, it means out of the situation he was in. But he blew the breath of life in him, which was the breath of the fear of Yahweh and the breath of wisdom. You know. So we're coming from, and remember that Job chapter 33, 3 through 6. Genesis, matter of fact, what I was just talking about. Genesis 2. Genesis chapter 2 and 7. And Yahweh and the Lord Yahweh, I don't know how I say it, because I be in the Lord Yahweh, which is God. And the Lord God formed man of the dust of the ground, and breath, and breathed into his nostrils the breath of life, and man became a living soul. My word shall be uprightness of my heart, and my lips shall utter knowledge clearly. The Spirit of Yahweh hath made me, and the breath of the Almighty hath given me life. For she is the breath of the power of Yahweh, and a pure influence flowing from the glory of the mighty. Therefore can no defiled thing fall into her. That is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 7, verse 25. For she is the breath of the power of Yahweh, and a pure influence flowing from the glory of the Almighty. Therefore can no defiled thing fall into her. Genesis 2 and 7. And the Lord God formed man of the dust of the ground, and breathes into him his nostrils the breath of life, and the man became a living soul. So wisdom is the breath of life, people. Wisdom, knowledge, understanding, basically. Understanding this Bible, your inheritance, is the breath of life. Job 33 and 8. Surely thou hast spoken in mine hearing, and I have heard the voice of thy words, saying, I am clean without transgression, I am innocent, neither is there iniquity in me. God, cleanse yourself. Proverbs chapter 4. Proverbs chapter 4, 5 through 6. Get wisdom, get understanding, forget it not, neither decline from the words of my mouth. Forsake her not, and she shall preserve thee. This is wisdom. This is knowledge. Preserve. What does preserve mean? As you preserve like a steak or meat, you put it up, you save it, you put it up and preserve it. Keep it good, keep it, which I'm going to get off into that too. We're going to go back, we're going to hit the word preserve too, and you'll get the clear definition of that. Proverbs 4, 5 through 6. Get wisdom, get understanding, forget it not. Neither decline from the words of my mouth, forsake her not, and she shall preserve thee. Love her, and she shall keep thee. Wisdom is the principal thing, therefore get wisdom, and with all thy getting, get understanding. Sirach. This is Ecclesiasticus 44 and 17. Ecclesiastes 44 and 17. Here we go, man. Noah was found perfect and righteous. In the time of wrath, he was taken in exchange for the world. Therefore was he left as a remnant unto the earth when the flood came. Hebrews 11 and 7. Hebrews 11 and 7. By faith, Noah, being warned of Yahawah, of things not seen as yet, moved with fear, prepared an ark to the saving of his house, by which he condemned the world and became heir of the righteous, which is by faith. Now, Noah wouldn't have moved if it wasn't for the fear he had in him, if it wasn't for the fear of Yahawah, which with that fear came knowledge and wisdom and knowing how to move and what to move, and by Yahawah talking to him. In those last days, they was in those last, when he talked to Noah, Noah was in those last days back in those times, in his last day, around that time. And the wisdom and the fear of Yahawah guided him in those last days. So, I'm going to read that again. By faith, Noah being warned of Yahawah, of things not seen as yet, moved with fear, prepared an ark to the saving of his house, by which he condemned the world and became heir of the righteous, which is by faith. Hebrews 11 and 1. Now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. Remember when I read how wisdom was fear? Well, roughly paraphrasing, if you know what I say, it grants you fear, wisdom, knowledge, understanding. Now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. See how the fear moved him. Wisdom was there. Faith was there. All of that was one. He wouldn't have got wisdom and knowledge without having fear. You know what I'm saying? And then he wouldn't have wisdom or even fear to even come upon him without they even happen too without gaining the fear of Yahawah outside and following laws, statutes, and commandments and having faith. But remember, with faith come works also. So it's not just, some people will say it's just having faith. It's having faith and doing the work of it. I mean, just having faith is a job. I mean, that's a work because you're believing, you're having faith. A lot of people don't have faith. But Hebrews 11:6. But without faith it is impossible to please him. For he that cometh to Yahweh must believe that he is, and that he is a reward of them that diligently seek him. But then again, James 2:14, slack for that. What does it profit, my brethren, do a man say he has faith and have not works? Can faith save him? If a brother or sister, slack it for that. Right where I was at, James 2:14. What does it profit, my brethren, though a man say he has faith and have not works? Can faith save him? Faith can save him, but it's also saying you still need works. You can't just do it. You just can't have faith and not works. And works, like I said, it's several ways it works. It's not just preaching. You know what I'm saying? It's being diligently seeking and reading. Being diligently from seeking and reading to watching lessons, to learning about him, understanding him, getting the whole understanding of him. But is it being a man, if you do get the understanding, if you do understand some of these things of this Bible and can break down some of these things in these Bibles, then some of the things you can break down and there are correct doctrine and that you feel faithful and trustful and Bahashem outside, then teach some of those things. Don't get into teaching things that you possibly do not know then. Teach what you do know. If you know about the 12 tribes, teach about the 12 tribes. If you know about prophecies, teach about prophecies. You know, different. I'm teaching about what I know. I know a few are still learning, but I'm not going to hop on here teaching about a prophecy where I know a little bit but don't know the whole thing. You know what I'm saying? That's where you got to, humble yourself down and just learn, read, get the understanding. And yeah, that was 11:1, which was, now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen, which was Hebrews 11:1. Wisdom of Solomon 10:4. Remember we was talking about Noah. Wisdom of Solomon 10:4. For whose caused the earth being drowned with the flood, wisdom again preserved it and directed the course, preserved it and directed the course of the righteous in a piece of wood of small value in the boat. when Noah and them was in the boat. But key the words. Check out the words I keyed on. For whose caused the earth being drowned, the flood, wisdom, again preserved it in directed the course of the righteous in a piece of wood of small value. So again, wisdom and all that. And what got him that wisdom of getting on that boat, that fear of Yahawah, bahashem, yahawashi, and it guided him and directed him. See what I'm saying? Sirach 44 and 15. Sirach 44, chapter 44, verse 15. The people will tell you, 15, slack it. The people will tell of their wisdom and courageous, slack it. The people will tell of their wisdom and congregation will show forth their praises. The people will tell of their wisdom. I'm reading about Noah now for having the fear of Yahawah, bahashem, yahawashi, and wisdom. I'm telling of his wisdom right now to you. You know what I'm saying? Wisdom in the congregation will show forth their praises. And everybody praised Noah. A lot of our forefathers, Isaac, Abraham, Jacob, man, they did things faithful, wisdom, listening, moving by what Yahawah told them. David wouldn't even go into battle until until Yahawashi gave him the signal and sign. You know what I'm saying? So how much more in these last days, and you truly searching for Yahawah, bahashem, yahawashi, is he going to direct you? Just like he directed Noah, just like he directed Abraham, how he directed Isaac, how he directed all our forefathers, how he directed Jacob when he was going across the land of Esau, and Esau came up to him with 400 men on him. You know what I'm saying? This Yahawah, bahashem, yahawashi gonna have your back if you got his back. And to have his back is to follow these laws, statutes, and commandments and do what he wants in the fear of Yahawah, bahashem, yahawashi. Wisdom of Solomon. Wisdom of Solomon 10 and 5. Moreover, the nation in their wicked conspiracy being confounded, she found, this is wisdom, she found out the righteous and preserved him. Again, that word, and preserved him. Blameless unto Yahawah. The only way you can become blameless and try to do it is following the laws and commandments, following the statutes. You know what I'm saying? Try. Do it to your best of your ability. To the point that you ain't even trying, it's working in you. When you do things repeatedly over and over, it becomes a pattern. So if you get down and truly trying to do this and you're doing it repeatedly over and over, it's going to become a pattern. And truly have your whole heart in this, it's gonna be like an everyday thing. You can't even me. Like I said, I look at it like, wow. I wake up in the morning, man, grabbing this and this book right here, reading, studying, watching lessons, going over stuff, reading over. I done rolled so much stuff down. I gotta catch up and read over and study what I wrote down. But that's all of the power of Yahawah, bahashem, yahawashi. You know what I'm saying? Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 5. Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 10, verse 5. Again. Moreover, the nations in their wicked conspiracies, being confounded, she found out the righteous and preserved him blameless unto Yahawah, and kept him strong against his tender compassion towards his son. And this is Abraham right here. Genesis 22. Genesis 22. Genesis chapter 22, 7, 1 to 13. And Isaac spake unto Abraham his father, and said, My father. And he said, Here am I, my son. And he said, Behold, the fire and the wood, but where is the lamb for a burnt offering? And Abraham said, My son, Yahweh will provide himself a lamb for a burnt offering. So they went both of them together, and they came to the place which Yahweh had told him of. And Abraham built an altar there, and laid the wood in order, and bound Isaac his son, and laid him on the altar upon the wood. And Abraham stretched forth his hand, and took the knife to slay his son. And the angel of Yahweh called unto him out of heaven, and said, Abraham, Abraham. And he said, Here am I. And he said, Lay not thy hand upon the lad, neither do thou anything unto him. For now I know that thou fearest Yahweh, seeing thou hast not withheld thy son, thine only son, for me. And Abraham lifted up his eyes and looked, and behold, behind him a ram caught in the thicket by his horns. And Abraham went and took the ram and offered him up for a burnt offering in the stead of his son. Slack it for that. Hold on. Back in effect. Now, you see Abraham finna sacrifice Isaac, but he did it because he had trust and faith in yahawashi. And he said, what the Yahweh said, he said, now that he fears him, he didn't allow him even to do that. And then he had the ram right behind him for him to sacrifice. But what he had to do first, he had to prove himself. See, a lot of people, I notice a lot of the Christian church, they teach people like you just gotta believe in. That's it. Like it's truly not nothing you have to do. And the thing about it, it's not really hard to. I mean, you following the laws of America. How hard is it to follow the laws and statutes and commandments? I mean, that's one thing cause I have a cousin that I tell him that, and I told him about my fringes. Oh, you wearing fringes? I'm like, I didn't understand what I don't see how you could do that, or how you do anything. He, spoke on a lot of little things. I'm like, man, you keeping the laws of America. If you could keep the laws of America, you could keep the laws of Yahweh. You keeping the laws of the Edomite, but you can't keep keep the law of your God. You know what I'm saying? But that's in Christianity, because Christianity mess, and that's to a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? Slacky for that. That's to a lot of people, because he was guided wrong back in the day with certain people that was trying to teach him in this, and wasn't guiding him right, which he lost his faith in it. But hey, everything happened for a reason. So if Yahweh chooses to bring him and wake his eyes back up, then he will be woken back up. But if not, then hey. Sacred Edges, chapter 3, verses 14 to 15. Him thou lovest, and unto him only thou showest thy will, and madest an everlasting covenant with him, promising him that thou wouldest never forsake his seed. That's Abraham right there. I don't think it is. Yeah, it is. That's Abraham. I just got to read on. Wisdom of Solomon, 10 and 6. When the ungodly perished, she delivered the righteous man. And it's wisdom again. When the ungodly perished, she delivered the righteous man, who fled from the fire which fell down upon the 5 cities. And this is Lot right here. Just showing you how, wisdom helped them out in certain occasions. Wisdom and the fear of Yahawah got a lot of our forefathers out of situations, man. They could have been done right then and there, 2 Peter chapter 2, verse 6 through 7. And turning the cities of Sodom and Gomorrah into ashes, condemned them with an overthrow, making them an example unto those that after should live ungodly. Sodom and Gomorrah was an example. He burned Sodom and Gomorrah to the ground for the homosexuality, all the things they was doing sinful against Yahweh. So he said he made an example unto those that after should live ungodly, and delivered just Lot, vexed with the filthy conversation of the wicked. Vexed meaning they ain't like Lot didn't like it. He didn't like the conversations of the wicked, the nasty things they talked about. The conversations they were having, slacker. Apologize for it. Slacker for it. Wisdom of Solomon, 10. And 7. Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 10, verse 7. Of whose wickedness even to this day the wasteland that smoketh is a testimony of, whose wickedness even to this day the wasteland that smoketh is a testimony, and plants bearing fruit that never come to ripeness, and a standing pillar of salt is a monument of an unbelieving soul. Now, if he burns Sodom and Gomorrah to the ground, he's using that as an example of the unbelieving soul or unbelieving person. The pillar of salt, that was Lot's wife. When she was running, she turned around and looked, and she turned into a pillar of salt, because she was still wanting the life shit that she was in when Yahweh or Lot told her that Yahweh gave them the information to get up out of there. Luke 17, Luke 17, 31 to 32. In that day, he which shall be upon the housetop and his stuff in the house, let him not come down to take it away. And he that is in the field, let him likewise not return back. Remembers Lot's wife? See, it's saying he was in the house. If something go down, don't run back to the house. Get out of there if Yahawashi outside tell you to get out of there. And if Yahawashi outside say go back to the house, then hey. But if he's telling you to leave, you leave. You don't look behind you. You don't turn around. You keep on. You get to moving. Just like as black people, which is funny, if you in a crowd, you walking, and then a black person is coming, a group of black people come by, you running. 9 times out of 10, if they running and screaming, you gonna not even wait to see what's coming. You gonna take off with them. Slacking for that, but that what will happen. I know majority from what I seen, majority of black people will run. Wisdom of Solomon 10 verses 8 through 11. For regarding not wisdom, they got not only this hurt. For regarding not wisdom, they got not only this hurt, that they knew not the things which were good, but also left behind them to the world a memorial of their foolishness, so that in the things wherein they offended, they could not so much as be hid. But wisdom delivered from pain those that attended upon her. This just showing you what wisdom would do in those hard times. What the fear of Yahawah would do in those hard times. Because again, fear of Yahawah is the beginning of wisdom and knowledge. And that, let's see, Wisdom Psalm 10 through 11. There was Jacob. They was talking about Jacob right there. When he was, let me read that again. Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 10, verse 8 through 11. For regarding not wisdom, they got not only this hurt, that they knew not the things which were good, but also left behind them to the world a memory of their foolishness. For so that in the thing wherein they offended, they could not so much as be hid. That's Adam and Eve right there. But wisdom delivered from pain those that attended upon her. When the righteous fled from his brother, when Jacob ran from Esau, wrath, she guided him in a right path. She guided him in the right path. Read that part where Jacob was fleeing from Esau. She guided him in the right path, showed him the kingdom of Yahawah, and gave him knowledge of holy things, made him rich in his travels, and multiplied the fruit of his loins. Genesis 30:27. Genesis chapter 30, verse 27 through 28. Give me my wives and my children, for whom I have served thee, and let me go, for thou knowest my serve which I have done thee. And Laban said unto him, I pray thee, if I have found favor in thy eyes, tarry, for I have learned by experience that Yahawah has blessed me for thy sake. And remember, Laban is Rebecca. Is that Rebecca? Laban is Isaac's hold on. Joseph Jacob. I think Laban is Abraham's wife's brother. Ecclesiastes 12 and 13. Ecclesiastes 12 and 13. Ecclesiastes chapter 12 and verse 13. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear Yahawah and keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of man. Wisdom and the fear of Yahawah, bahashem, yahawashi will be what guides you in these last days. I hope that was a good lesson right there. Like I said, I'm going to keep on pushing through here. Now, I'm going to, a little bit of this Sirach. Let me check this out. Sirach 34. 34:1. Just kind of go in on Sirach